Well, good morning, everyone. Team, let's start the session for today. Meanwhile, others can join parallelly. So, in yesterday's session, team, we were talking about our enterprise configuration in the system, and we completed with our enterprise setup in the system team. So, within the enterprise, I have to talk about what is the difference between that correct update, edit, delete, record, view history buttons team. Let me talk about them and then we'll proceed with the further configurations in today's session team. Okay. So let me go to the system and where we have to come team to configure the enterprise in the system, come to settings and action, setup and maintenance. Okay. Setup and maintenance. And here you can search with a task called manage enterprise HCM information. So come to this task team, manage enterprise HCM information. And this is the one that which we configured yesterday team, right? Someone renamed my setups. That's okay team, right? So here, when I came to enterprise, here we have couple of options team. We defined all these enterprise. We know now by this time. Here we have team edit button. So from last 2-3 days, since when I started this enterprise setup team, I am coming to edit and I'm clicking on correct team. I'm clicking on correct team. So what is the difference between update and correct? This is also an interview question in the interviews team. So when I choose edit and correct, whatever the effective start date is there, from that date onwards, the entire page will become editable. See team, whenever you choose edit, when you, one second team, couple of people did some updations in this instance. Just give me 1 second. Let me make this clear so that I can explain you more clearly. What I'm doing, you please ignore. I will show you. Okay. Right. So this is the enterprise that we defined team. Okay. So here, when I click on edit team and when I click on correct, what happening here from day one, whatever the effective start date, 110001 team, the entire page became editable. I can configure. But what is update team? When I choose update, system will ask me from when onwards you want to update this record. Let's assume team, first initially client given me this requirement, we configure this team. Later on, let's say after 1 year, my client saying that, hey Kumar, we are going to control this user account role provisioning. We don't want this to get automated, Kumar. Or let's say this something workforce structures configuration, position code generation method, we want to go with manual, Kumar. Huh? Let's assume some changes my client expecting team. So I can go to edit, I can go to update. When I choose update team, system will ask me from when onwards you want to update. But when I choose correct, from day one, page becoming editable. See, when I click on correct, directly the page will jump to the edit screen. See, from day one, whatever you want to do the correction, you can do here team. But update means what team? From when onwards you want to do a specific updation. Let's say team from the month of October 10th, 2025 team. I want to get update this. Action reason concept we had to discuss here. I will tell you when we come here team. Probably next week we will come to this. I will tell you that. Click on OK. When you choose update team, new effective start date split will come here. See now, click on OK. Now see here team effective start date. Effective start date. It will come to 10-10-25. See the new effective start date triggered here team. So I can come. So whatever I want to change, let's say this one I want to go with none. Okay. So whatever that you want to get updated team, you can go with that accordingly. Let's say position code generation method, I want to go with manual. or some other options I have a requirement from this date onwards. I have a specific date. From this, I want that. Then I can choose update and submit team and click on yes. When you choose update team, new date effective split will create. And moreover, team, if you could see end date triggered here for the split. Whatever started 110001, it end dated with October 10th. So that is the behavior team. When you update with a new start date team, exactly one day before the previous date effective split will end date. See, whatever started from 110001, from that to till October 10th, we have these rules only available team. Okay, these rules only available team. But if I go team, whatever you did the updation team, if you come to history button, you can check out. See, history button is something team, a small audit button team. Whatever the changes that happen to the enterprise, if you want to check out, you can come to the history button. So see team, 2 rows I can check out here. One row that whatever the latest updation I did team from 10th October. When you do update with a new start date team, then new effective split will create. Now click on this effective start date, the screen will come with that. See enterprise with 10-10-25. Then if you scroll down, see it change it to none. Then position generation method change it to manual. See team, that is from 10-10-25. When you update with a new start date, new date effective split will create in the system team. And one day before, the previous split will end date. It means from 110001 to till October 9th, these are what my enterprise details team. From 10th October, the new split started team. If I want to go back to that old screen, history button, come to this, see, effective end date. One day before to this, it's a seeded behavior. So this is the first split team. When we configure the enterprise, what we have defined, see, that got end dated here. So update and correct means that one. When you choose correct, from day one, screen will become editable team. You can do whatever you want. If you go with update, system will ask from when onwards you want to do. New date effective split will be created team. Then we have team delete record. What is this? Now as an implementation consultant team, you updated your enterprise with the new start date team with 10-10-2025. Now again, your client telling, hey Kumar, no, we don't want to go with that policy change. We want to continue with old only. But I already initiated that updation team. I have to delete this. Be on the latest updated split that what you created with this update team. Then click on edit, delete record. Okay. Click on yes. So now see team, this date effective split, what we updated will be deleted team. The old one will restore here. See 110001, effective end date cleared for that. If I go to history also team now, the latest updation, what I did, that deleted team. Only whatever is there from beginning, that we can able to check out team. So that is the difference between correct, update, delete record functionalities and history button team. History team at the enterprise level, we have some limitation to see. Only these columns are their team. But going forward, in maximum screens, these options you will see. In maximum screens, when you come to history team, who updated that with what user ID, on what date, everything will come. But for enterprise, we have a limitation team. Only we can check the splits, that's all. But who updated that, when it was done, we can't see for enterprise. For the remaining configurations, we can see that also. I will show you in coming classes team. So that is about team updation. Now, one more important point I want to tell you before proceeding to our divisions task team. Few of the people while practicing, by this time you might have noticed it team. What is that? Now at 8:15 a.m., my friend, someone in the system, Mr. Amarnath practicing team, he given the name for practice purpose, the enterprise name he given as Reliance Industries or Amarnath Group of Enterprises, something he given team. After 15 minutes, he came back and checked. Here he could be able to see something coming as Cisco, Amazon, Reliance, or Satish Group, something coming. Don't get worried there. It's common because what is this team in Fusion system? At any point of time, only one enterprise we can define. And all of you are practicing in the same instances, EK, MK, or EQZZ. So everyone while practicing, they will come, correct, they will give their name. That's okay. You don't stuck that your name only should come every time team, because only one enterprise in the system we can define. Every one of you practicing in the same instance. So forget about the name, whatever it is team. You understand at enterprise level what we are configuring. These things are important and focused team. Whatever the name comes in, don't stuck yourself here. Don't waste the time here. That is common, because now Amar practicing, after 10 minutes, Manan will practice, after 15 minutes, Rupa will practice. They will change the name. Don't worry about that. Only for enterprise, we have this situation. Next, when we come to divisions, legal entity, these all things you can create with your own naming conventions team. Okay. This is something I want to tell you before moving ahead team. So this is about team, the complete setup of our enterprise. Then what team? After enterprise, what we have? Divisions we have in the system. This concept is a question mark team. As I told you, this is optional, not mandatory in the system team. Many of the people might ignore. People in the sense, many of the clients in the real-time team ignoring this divisions concept team. After enterprise, straight away they are going to legal entities and they are defining that team. But if your client have them in the scope, you have to configure them team. After enterprise, we have divisions in the system. What is what I already explained you. I won't touch base again on that team. What is division? What is legal entity? 2 hours we discussed it already. You can please refer to that team. So come to divisions. We have the task by name, manage divisions team. So search with that task. Okay. Then you can able to go to manage divisions team. Then click on create. You will land upon create division in the system. So while you creating the division, 2 options you are getting team. Create a new or select an existing organization to define as a division team. What is this option? See, usually as part of sequencing after enterprise, we will define divisions team. But if anyone created before divisions only legal entities and BU, you want to create your division also with the same names that what we use it for legal entity business units team, you can use this option team. If you select this one, search organization, any existing in the system you priorly defined before division, they will come team if you search. Same naming convention. Let's say Tata Automobiles I defined first team. Before division only, I went to legal entities and I defined team. Division also I want with same name, Tata Automobiles division team. In that case, this feature will helpful. Select an existing organization to define as a division team. Okay. So here you can search and proceed, but I don't want that. I have a unique name for my division team. Click on create, create new, and effective start date. Kumar, why for division also 110001 coming? You told us only for enterprise in the system only that date will come now. Remaining all 111951. If I'm correct, someone in this instance, probably from your batch only, they hard coded at the enterprise level team. If you want, I can show you quickly. Let me go to setup and maintenance. Okay. Then manage enterprise. What we completed enterprise setup is there, no? Someone might hard coded that. Let me show you so that you will also get clarity why it is coming with this date. At the enterprise level team in the system, if I scroll down, see, I told no effective start date, someone hard coded with 9001. That is why it is coming. That's okay, team. Whatever you give there, that will come. Okay. Okay. Then team, name of the division, you can go with accordingly, whatever your divisions are there, team. Let's say Tata Asia division, Tata Asia division. Internal address line is not required. Okay. I think your previous batch friends configured with the name. So just I'm using some unique name team. Okay. So name I have given. Internal address line is not required because location concept is there team. Already locations we discussed now how to create the addresses for enterprise, next divisions, next when you configuring business unit, departments, everywhere system will ask team location to capture. So we have to be ready with all the locations. We know how to create that. For enterprise, I have shown you. Similarly, for all organizations, you have to be ready with the locations team that you can capture here. So status active, then context value, action reason. If you could remember, even on our enterprise screen, on our location screen, that concept came. But I told you, we have a separate topic we will discuss here. Then you can correlate them with that team. So these two things, not only here, throughout the system. Next, when you go to departments, grades, jobs, positions, everywhere, this action, reason, and context value fields you will be coming team. So what are they? Probably on Monday, we are going to come to that topic. I will tell you team. Okay. So location as of now, whatever in this existing instance, I will use team. But whatever you create team, that will come in the drop down in manage locations. So I'm using something available in this instance by name. We search with some random things. Okay. Some existing ones I will use team, whatever is there, someone defined. Okay. Or as of now, I'm using the enterprise, whatever we use it, that only I'm using. Because in this instance, whatever were readily available, I'm using. But what you created in manage locations team, they will come in the drop down here. That you can practice. Okay. Attachment section also team, maximum screens in the Fusion system, you have this feature. Any document related to this, if you want to maintain in the system, you can upload that team. So in the very first tab, these details we have to give. Effective start date, name, status, location. That's all team. Then when you click on next button, division and details you will be landing up. This is just for information purpose team. Whether you give or not doesn't have any impact team. Reporting name. What is this team? The actual name of the division you are defining is Tata Asia Division team. Reporting name means we have in the Fusion system outbound integrations concept team, reports concept we have. BI reports, OTBA reports, HCM extracts, 3 reporting tools we have, I told you team. So whenever in the system, if my client want to extract any report team, let's suppose team, in the BIP report, I want to extract any report with related to the divisions team. How you want this division name to be showing in that report team. For reports purpose, any unique name, alias name or short name you want to maintain. So let's say team Tata AD I am giving in short team. So for reports purpose team, the separate name, any short name or alias name you can maintain. So in the system, whenever we extracting the BA report or OTBA report team, this division name in that reports will come with this, whatever you are passing. Kumar, I don't have anything like that. Then don't give anything. Whatever the name of the division, that name only will show their team. So whether you want that or not, you can give that team. It's an optional, as I told you, just for information team. For reports purpose, any short name, alias name, if you want to maintain, you can maintain. Then team manager concept. What is this manager concept team? See, in Fusion application team, the concept of managers will be maintained at different levels. First at the division level team, next at the business unit level, next at the department level, next at the position level. So with respective to these different levels team, we can maintain manager concept in the system. So divisions concept itself optional team. And nowhere in the system, while we hiring the employee, system will ask in which division you are hiring. So this is technically absolute, not required at all team, just for information purpose. And moreover team, This field I cannot capture in the initial implementation time because employees data is not there so far. We are just configuring the setups team. So in real time also, after we implement the core HR module, once we migrate all the employees data into the system, then we can search in the drop down and we can tag team. Just for information purpose, who is the manager for this division team? Just for reporting purpose only. Nowhere in the system employee relation with the division will be there. So usually team in every projects, we ignore this concept team. But if any client asking also, we no need to configure any of these things. Just a name, start date, location, sufficient team. Click on next button and submit. The actual manager concept, I will start from here while we configuring the business unit. What is manager at the BU level, at the department level, at the position level? We will see here team. This is required, mandatory things. Okay. So click on next and submit team. Like this team, all divisions in the system. Next, one more division. After Asia, you have what team? US division, Europe division. Everything you can define in the system accordingly, team. So I don't want to waste much time on this. You can practice it, team, if you want. Okay. Then after divisions, what we will have, team? After divisions, team, we have the next hierarchy, legal entities. Utmost important configuration. What are legal entities in the Fusion system? I told you the actual registered companies of our client in different countries to conduct the business over there. They are called as legal entity, correct? The company which is legally registered with that governments, they are called as legal entities, I told you. Okay. Here team, in order to define the legal entities, prior to define that, we have a task team here, manage legal entity. Prior to creating legal entity, Oracle given a concept called a legal address. Here, one important point you have to notice, team. For our enterprise divisions, business units, departments, in order to capture their addresses, team, Oracle given the concept of locations I told you, correct? When we configuring enterprise, system asking me the location we captured. Now division also we have seen. Next for BU department, when we creating also location system will ask. But exclusively for legal entities, Oracle, in order to capture the address of that, a concept called a legal address team. Location concept is not applicable to legal entities in the system. For legal entities, Oracle came up with a separate concept called legal address. So team, after enterprise and after divisions, before we configuring the legal entity in the system, we have to be ready with their address creations team. Why? Because team, whenever if any company that is registering with the government, for example, today, I want to start a business in India in Hyderabad team, a private limited company, I want to register with the government. So when I go to register of companies website and all, I have to apply for that team. I will be registering with a specific address from where I'm starting my business, right team? So legal address means what team? The legal entity where it legally registered with, that is called as legal address team. So for every legal entity, what is their address we have to get from the client and we will define in the system team. Because legal entities, when we configure team, when it comes to payroll, several registrations will come into the picture, like legal jurisdiction, legal authorities, legal reporting units, then registering with the tax endowments, then registering with the social insurance. Lot of things will be there team. So to make that unique for legal entities, Oracle came up with a concept called legal addresses separately. Legal address, this one team. For remaining all enterprise, divisions, business unit, departments, we have locations concept team to capture the addresses of that. But for legal entities alone, Oracle came up with a concept called legal address. So when the company registered with the government, what is the address they registered with? In the incorporation certificate, whatever the address they have given, that we have to create in the system team. So for that matter, first we have to go to manage legal address, and we have to be ready for every legal entity. Whatever the address we have to create in the system, and we have to be ready. Next, when you go to legal entity and when you configure them, address details we have to capture their theme. So let me start from that. So if I go to the system, suddenly I think the environment is down. See, that is because team, the weekend coming now, Oracle will have the weekly maintenances. Suddenly it went out. There is no schedule informed to us earlier also. Let me check. Okay, just give me 1 second, team. I'll try to find out the another instance for today. Just give it 2 minutes. I'm trying to log into my Oracle site and I will get that another instance. This happens to usually sometimes over the weekends, Friday or Saturday, you will experience this for short period, 2-3 hours downtime will be there. Unfortunately, that happens in the class now. Let me try to figure out team. Okay, I got that another instance. Let me use that team. So EQJZ we are using till now, that got refreshing. Now let me use this another environment team. Okay. So here to start with team, what is that we have? We have a task name team to configure the legal addresses, manage legal address team. So come to the system, go to setup and maintenance team and search with a task called manage legal address team. Go to workforce deployment and search with manage legal address. So this is a task name team. Come to manage legal addresses. Okay. And then here team, if you scroll down, you have a plus button here to create the legal address for our legal entity team. Okay. Then come to plus icon and you will land upon team, create location. See, address is also other form of location only, but only for legal entities exclusively Oracle came up with this concept. So here you can see here in the drop down the country selection and all. Let's say my legal entity is in India team. This is the one I'm going to define first of all, Tata Automobiles Private Limited. Then address line team, Tata Automobiles Private Limited. Some details I'm giving, MIG to 123. Okay. Then something like 7 square building, something I'm giving, okay. But these details you have to collect from the client. These are all their details team. As of now, I'm giving some random info. Okay. Okay. Bye. Then the state of Maharashtra. As of now, some test information I'm giving. But in real time, whatever is your client info that you have to capture team. Then time zone, if you want, that also you can give team, or else not mandatory. These things, the address of that legal entity, we have to be ready. Click on OK. Then next, like this team, for all legal entities, for TCS, Tata Communication, next in United States, in UK, what we have? For all legal entities team, I have to be ready with my legal addresses team in the system. Then for TCS, let's say something like I'm defining, okay. Then something like high tech avenue, something avenue, okay. 10th block, Hyderabad, this is registered in, okay. Then the state of Telangana, whatever the addresses team, that all addresses we have to define in the system accordingly, okay. Click on OK, right team. So Tata Automobiles, TCS. Similarly, for all other legal entities team, you have to be ready with the addresses. Every legal entity, you configure the addresses in the system. This is the task name team. Come to manage legal addresses and create it team. For two of them I defined so far. Click on save and then save and close. The legal addresses will be created in the system. Next team, in order to define the legal entity, we have a task name called manage legal entity team. So in order to define all our legal entities in the system, we have a task name called manage legal entity. Go to the system, then search with the team manage legal entity. This is the task team. Here, directly you should not click on the task team. Few of the tasks are scope sensitive in the system. If you want to create a new legal entity team, select this manage legal entity. The entire row will get select team. Come to scope, select button here team. Then you will get this pop-up team. Select scope pop-up, you will get team. Come to legal entity here in the drop down. Okay. Click on create new. Keep in the legal entity, create new, and click on apply and go to task, so that you will land upon team manage legal entity page. See team, this is a demo environment team. Many people will be practicing. Hence, when you came to this manage legal entity, you could able to see in the results many legal entities defined team here. Okay. But when you are working in the client application in the real time, when you come to manage legal entities team, only your client legal entities you will see here, not anything else. Just it will be blank first time when you come. It's you who have to create team. But it's a training environment. Many people like you and me practicing in different countries, they created different legal entities team here. Ignore it. In real time, you won't find. When you come to manage legal entities, it's blank. It's we who have to create team. Click on create button. We will land upon team create legal entity page. So here we have to define our legal entity. Let's say in India team, I have all these companies. Let's say I want to define TCS or Tata Automobiles, whatever it is team. The country you can choose here team. By default, though United States coming, you can select whatever the country you want here team. Okay. My legal entity is in India. Okay. India. Then team name. Let's say TCS India Private Limited. Then team legal entity identifier. See, few of you are getting stuck here. Venkatesh. Okay. Particularly you I'm talking. Why we creating again address Kumar? We already defined here. Why there is a confusion team? This particular task we have not loaded in the system that day. Right or wrong? And moreover, what I told you, team, though you create it and you load it, again, you will come to the individual tasks to them to configure all the additional information team. Here, with only basic minimal information, we are configuring. If you are confusing team after geographies, you forget about this task. Don't touch this one. Start your setups from here onwards team. But as a concept we have in the system, I have to explain you I have told you. If this is creating a confusion to you, please ignore this setup. After geographies, you start with your organizations from here, enterprise, divisions, now legal entities. Follow from here, team. Okay, this one you can take it light. Then team, while we configuring the legal entity identifier. What is this, team? See, for every legal entity, team, usually legal entity identifier number will be there, team. Whenever a company opening a bank account for the financial transactions to do, a legal entity identifier number will get allocated, team. So this we have to check from the client as part of the requirement, team. What is the legal entity identifier number for that LE? We have to collect, team. So as of now, some random number I'm giving, team. But in real time, this is your client application. It's their data we are configuring. We have to give their information, team. Then start date, end date. So I will go with 1/1/1951, team. Or if my client saying, Kumar, this legal entity I started in 1984 in July 10th. You want to go with that, proceed with that, not an issue, team. But usually for all setups, we will follow 1/1/1951. End date, who knows when we will close the company. That is not mandatory, team. Leave it. Start date we can give. Then, team, I will come to this side later. Registration information. Whenever we configuring the legal entity in the system, identifying jurisdiction, Indian company law. If you create a legal entity in India team, every legal entity will be bounded as per the Indian company rules and regulations, team. Indian company law is the jurisdictional law we have in India. Every company will be supervised under that, team. The same legal entity, if I configure in United States, team, here I will get United States federal income tax. If I create in another country, that country specific jurisdictions will automatically will come, team. So that is by default, it will come as per the country we selecting, team. Then, team, legal address in the system. Then, team, legal address in the system. Just now we created no, team. Just now we created no, team. The legal addresses, whatever is the address of that all will come in the drop down. See here, Tata Automobiles, TCS India Private Limited, whatever we configured here, manage legal addresses, team. That will show to us when we configuring the legal entity. The address details we have to capture. So for TCS, I define this address, team. In Hyderabad, in High Tech City, that address, team. Then place of registration. Whenever any company usually registering, team, place of registration will be their, team. So that you have to check with your client. Your company registered where? In Hyderabad, in Mumbai, where? Even if you're applying a passport to you, place of issue will be there, right? From which passport office you got the passport. Similarly, in India or anywhere, when you are registering a company, from which company office, I mean to say which government office you have been registered, that you have to provide. Let's say, team, in Hyderabad, I'm giving as of now. Okay, because this is located in Hyderabad, I'm giving that, team. Then every company in India, when we register, team, PAN number. Nowadays, GST number we are getting, team. PAN number. Then legal reporting unit registration number. Means, team, registration number, PAN number, you will be allocated, team. Any company in India you take, team. Okay. Whenever you open a company, you will allocate with a PAN number. You will allocate with a ROC, registrar number, team. Registration number. That details of your client of this company we have to provide, team. So let me give some random information so far, team. What is the registration number? What is the PAN number of this company? We have to provide these details from the client, team. So these are the informations that we have to be given while we configuring the legal entities, team. Country, legal entity name, identifier, start date, then address, place of registration, PAN number, registration number of the company. Then, Kumar, what are these things, Kumar? How many of you remember, team, while I am talking about organization structure last week or before week, team? when I am explaining you legal entities concept, I also introduce it to you these aspects team, legal employer and payroll statutory unit. And I told you what? When we configuring the legal entities in the system, every legal entity, if you want to hire the employees in that, we should also make it as a legal employer. I told you, team. I told you, right? Every legal entity in the system, if you want to hire the employees in that, we should also create it as a legal employer. I told you. So here is the place, team. When we configuring legal entity in the system, just a matter of checkbox, legal employer. If I checkbox and if I create team, this TCS India Private Limited in the system will be created as a legal entity and also as a legal employer. I can hire the employees in this company in the system team. So like this, you will be making the legal entity as a legal employer. And also I told you team, one more concept, PSU, payroll statutory unit. If you have to pay salaries to the employees, here team, with TCS as an example, I told you, TCS is a legal entity, employer, and it is also a PSU by own. TCS is going to pay salaries to their employees, maintains taxes, everything team. So every legal entity in the system, while you configuring, make it as a legal employer, and also that itself is a PSU means you have to make it as a PSU also team. How you can do that? How you can do that? If you come team here, checkbox this one, payroll statutory unit. When you checkbox this one, this field graded out. What is this? I will come later team in 5 minutes. See, while we configuring legal entity by checking box legal employer PSU, when I save and close, this TCS India Private Limited will be created as legal entity and also as a legal employer and PSU. Save and close. What is that field? I will tell you 5 minutes. Okay. Now TCS I created in the system team. Complete setup done. Legal entity, legal employer, PSU. Let it get saved team. Then when I am configuring the Tata Automobiles, now I will define one more legal entity, Tata Automobiles. Now C team, I will show you that PSU field is what. Then one more team. Again, go to manage legal entity, select legal entity, create new. If you want to create new, select that, apply and go to task team. Then come to manage legal entities, plus icon, right team. See, select the country, that is India. Select the country, that is India. Now see team, Tata Automobiles Private Limited, I am configuring. So whatever the legal entity identifier that I can provide here, then the address we have given. So start date 1/1/1951, right team? Then legal address, Tata Automobiles Private Limited. Place of registration, let's say this I have registered in Mumbai or Hyderabad, whatever the place we can give team. Okay. Then the permanent account number you can give. Then legal report, tax, sorry, registration number that you will give. Now here see team, what my client telling here, you know, Kumar, Tata Automobiles is a legal entity. This structure, if you could see, already we discussed this one team. Tata Automobiles is a legal entity, Kumar, and it's a legal employer. 5,000 employees are working in this. But when it comes to salaries part, for Tata Automobiles also, TCS only taking care of salaries, Kumar. Okay. When it comes to salaries part, TCS only taking care. So what can I do, team? While I am creating Tata Automobiles, I will make it as legal employer because 5,000 employees or whatever I have to recruit in this team. Then I will not make itself as a PSU team. What I will do for Tata Automobiles, I will tag. If I select this one, it will grade out team. Means it itself will create as a PSU. But my requirement is not that. For Tata Automobiles employees also, TCS is going to take care of their salaries. So TCS is the PSU to my Tata Automobiles team. So here what I will do, I will not check box this. I will tag here my TCS India Private Limited. Search team, then search here TCS India. What we created just 5 minutes back, that is coming up here, team. See? So this is how, team, we can use another PSU as a PSU for this legal entity. See, for Tata Automobiles, when I'm configuring, I tagged TCS as a PSU. If not that, it itself is a PSU, you can select this one, team. This will grade out. So this is how we will create our legal entities in the system, team. Every legal entity. Now I define two. You can practice remaining all, team. In US, in UK, the same way. First, you create the legal address, team, then configure your legal entities. So till here, we completed, team. This is how the legal entity configuration in the system will happen. While we defining the legal entity only, PSU, legal employer, we will do that. Then, team, we have one more concept here, LDG. For every legal entity, I told we have to map the LDGs, team. Here, after you defining the legal entities, team, we have one more task available called legal entity HCM information, team. For every legal entity, certain HR related information, certain HCM related information we have to capture. How we have enterprise HCM information, team? We have legal entity HCM information. For every legal entity, after you defining, go to this task and here you capture some HR related information. Here only, team, certain things what we configure at enterprise, we can override, team. For example, this workday timings, team, I can override at the LE level, I told you, team, here. Then worker number generation, team, or employment model, position synchronization concept. These all things last 2-3 days we were discussed at the enterprise level. Certain things what we configure at enterprise, we can override them at LE level, team. So after you defining all legal entities in the system, team, for every legal entity, we have to go to legal entity HCM information task. But, team, this topic I will continue in next session. Okay. I have another call with the client team by 9:10. So I have to join that. So I'm closing with 10 minutes before today. So this topic freshly we will take up in the next session. Okay. So let me go to the questions for today, team. Any questions in today's session, online people? Deepika Chowdhury, what happens when a legal entity in a particular region is closed? How is the situation handled, or our work relationship? See, if that is the case, what you are doing to the employees is matter here. You are transferring them to another company of yours. Then you have to do the transfer. We have a global transfer concept. From one company to another company, you can move them. Then you can inactivate this legal entity or end date this legal entity accordingly. That is one way, Deepika, you can handle the system. Then in real-time scenarios, can situations arise where enterprise setup goes wrong after implementation? There will be, but to what rolling back, we don't have anything like that. We have to go to enterprise HCM information, we have to edit it, and we have to do the corrections. But I already told you yesterday, maximum things we can able to do, but few of them we have an issue, like employment model or person number generation methods. Even these things to an extent are doable, but you have to check properly. Any data discrepancies will happen with this. Any mismatching of data will happen with this. That you have to double verify and you can do. But at any point of time, you can able to do the changes. In future, if you want, go with that update mode. You can do. From when onwards you want to do the changes, you can do that.
Kumar, I have a quick question. Prashant here. If you don't mind, can you please go to sheet 24, please?
Yes, please.
Yeah. So in sheet 24, legal entities, we have multiple under Asia division, right? So in business units, when we are creating, for example, Tata North BU, so it will be tagged to which legal entity?
Typically, business unit concept in the system Oracle given as a global concept. Means no particular tagging to any BU. It's our understanding as an implementation consultant and its client understanding should be there. But direct mapping Oracle not given. Nowadays, Oracle given with extensible flex fields, but that is also just for information. The concept of BU Oracle given is an intention to make it global availability. Means for two legal entities also, I can use one BU commonly. That flexibility is there. So in real time, how we will handle is whenever HR hiring an employee in this legal entity, you want, let's say, only these two BU should be visible to the HR, not the other BUs. Then through role-based security, we will achieve the requirement. But direct mapping is not there in the system.
Okay, but still we can select when we are creating business
Whenever
units.
we hiring the employee, what business units to be visible in the drop down when we hiring in a particular legal entity, you can achieve that.
Okay, sure.
In that way also, that's a controlling feature only, right? For this LE, these are the BUs I can hire, that's all.
So business units will be free creation, right? We can
Correct.
create any number of it, but it will fall under enterprise or
Enterprise,
division.
correct.
Okay,
Yeah.
thank
Harita, sir, what happens if you doesn't go to scope and you click on, you check it out, Harita. Go here and check it out. If there is no scope, what happens means, again, it is come to here only. Or usually if someone keeps some legal entity in the scope, for eating purpose, we have this option. This tomorrow I will tell you next class. Whatever in the scope is there, if I click on that, we will go to that legal entity page. But as of now, there is nothing selected, but someone selected a legal entity here. They recently did some editings and they kept left there. You click on that, directly you will land upon that page. So next what we have, Kumar, Srinivas Reddy, hi Kumar, can we change the date format? Date format means, what is the expectation, Srinivas? Date format means what?
I think from MMDDYY to DDMMYY.
You can do that. Here we have set preferences here. And we have the regional option under general preferences. You have the date format. Whatever you want, many formats are there. You select it. Entire system level, if wherever you see the date field, the format will come accordingly.
Yeah, it's a globally.
Global feature. Global feature, that is.
Okay.
And can we configure the validations for PAN Aadhaar? We can do, but for that, Srinivas, we have to go with some page level customizations. Direct, we don't have the solution. Through Sandbox, we have to go. Through Page Composer, field level restriction, we have to give 5 lengthy number only to be insert, or 12 number lengthy number only to be insert in that field. Like that, if you want to validate, we have that provision to do. We will see that in our Sandbox classes. And Venkatesh, that answer given to you. Amarnath, if job code number is updated as part of enterprise date track, does overlap exists? See, there is nothing overlap, Amar. Whatever we create after that update only will impact. Whatever the existing data that you already defined, you don't have any impact to that. So
if I have a
usually,
job code that has I have 10 jobs, like 1 to 10. But then I go to the enterprise definition and change the starting job code to say 3.
system, though if you give it won't take. After 10, whatever is there, it will take, because it's already packed, no? 3 to 10 allocated. So next is what? 11. It will take that only.
Okay. What do clients typically do? Like correction is what they go with, or they do updates? The enterprise.
Usually they will go with corrections only. Updates is not a right choice because the data will get confused, overlap.
Exactly. Yeah. Okay.
Then Harita, again, why don't you have manager at LE level? LE level is a very high level, Harita. See, legal entity means company level. Just imagine you are working in any company. Managing a people at a company level, every employee hiring a company level only, right? 10,000 employees are working. How can I manage one single manager, all 10,000 employees? That is why the lowest level system will consider BU or department. Niche level departments is what maximum clients will opt. So departments means we have small portion of groups will be categorized, employees, right? So maintaining or handling the employees with that sizes will be very common. But LE level, if I give the concept of manager for entire legal entity, one manager, no company will operate like that. So usually the managers will handle at the lowest levels only. That is why Oracle also have not given that in the system. And can we update or correct records with a historical date? Yes, you can go with Manan, correction or update. Beyond the split, whatever you want, go with correct. From that effective start with, the entire screen will become editable. You can do that. And divisions come to scope with finance? No. Even in finance also, divisions are not used anywhere. And I can see, can we disable or hide a record history based user on what is it? We disable the hide record history based on user or role. So your question is something, this history button I can able to restrict based upon the role. That is what the question, Mehra?
Yes, Kumar, yeah.
Yes, you can achieve that, but that is also Oracle given page composer in the sandbox, and with an EL expression logic, we can achieve that. Not only that, for example, here I came to new person, let's assume. So here there is some functionality, hire an employee is here. You can restrict this via roles, these functionalities, but I have a condition which I cannot achieve through roles. What my client telling, Kumar, hire an employee should be showing to the employee, it should be shown only person with HR manager role, that too who hired in HR department, that too who hired in grade A. Only then this task should show, Kumar. Only through role I cannot achieve that restriction. I have a condition like that. So this functionality should show only to those people. Remaining people should not see that. So any functionality in the system on the screen, you want to put up some validation or a restriction, you can achieve through the sandbox concept. We have something called sandbox in the system. We have to enable, we have to write that custom rule on that functionality, and we can achieve. Possibility is there. Okay. Right, team, I'll conclude here for today. Assignment, what I have given to you till today, whatever we completed, or at least till enterprise configuration, the assignment that I have given is there, team. I request everyone start working on that. Next week, I will give one more assignment for rest of the configurations, what we are completing, team. So first you complete that, then we will take up second assignment for the module, team. Okay. Thank you, everyone, team. Let's join back in the next session and we'll continue. Thank you.